Good evening and welcome to Love Angels Light TV. Tonight, I love the way my voice just cracked right in the middle there. TV. Tonight we have Bianca from Access Phenomenance. Hello, Jackie. And she's going to come and talk to us about Access Bars. Welcome, Bianca.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Eileen. And I'm very grateful for coming on your show tonight and speaking about Access Bars, something which I absolutely adore and love. And I don't think my life would, ever since I've started doing Access Bars, I don't actually know how I could live in this life, this world, before Access Bars. Like, that's how much it's changed my life ever since I started. So
that's amazing.
Did you want me to
tell us a little bit about what Access Bars is and where it came from?
So Access Bars comes from a thing called Access Consciousness, which is founded by Gary Douglas and also Dr. Dane here. And Gary Douglas actually, he channeled the bars and he got these points to do, which he called the Access Bars. And what Access Bars actually is, it's about teaching us to receive. That's the ultimate target for the Access Bars. We're not actually taught to receive in this world, on this planet at the moment. So what this actually does, it helps you to actually receive you, others, the earth, and just everything around you. And like some of the points that they have 32 points in total. Some of those points are to do with money, creativity, connections, creating connections, aging. So it's really good if you want to start looking younger. It can actually help to reduce aging. Body. I know, exactly. You don't have to go to all those spas and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on all different facials and injections and whatnot. You can just lie down, relax, and receive the bars. And even for me, like, I've met some people in Access Consciousness, and I actually thought they were like 20, 25, and they actually told me they were like 40, 45, and even I was like, oh my God, like, wow. Like, it can actually, it just changes so much. Like, what Access Bars, like, just imagine, like, you're stuck in concrete. You know, you're just stuck in massive amounts of concrete, which we are right now too. Everything that's going around us right now, we're all getting caught up in the fear, the drama. You know, should I go outside? Should I wear a face mask? If I get too close to this person, am I going to get a fine? Or you're going into all this stuff. And that's basically because we're covered in this concrete of fear, of trauma, drama, problems, all that kind of stuff. And when you get your bars run, you just basically lie down. We touch all these different points on your head. It teaches your body and your being to receive. And it also starts to chip away all that concrete that's stuck on you so that you can start having more of you. So obviously, the more bar sessions you do, the more that concrete can finally come off. And instead of every morning you waking up and be like, oh, I don't want to get up, you know, the alarm goes off and you're like, oh, just 5 more minutes, I want to snooze. You know, and then even when you get up out of bed, you have that heaviness, like walking to the shower or putting your clothes on, and it's really like hard. That's just because you got all this concrete stuck on you. Like now, like I wake up a lot. Like I used to be a sleeping in person. Like getting me out of bed in the morning to get up for work was like trauma. It was like the worst thing possible. But now for me, getting up now is a lot more ease. And even that, like that's a massive thing for me. And there's so many other things that the Access Bars has done. So do you have any other questions that you want me to say? I do. Yeah.
So guys, just for the people watching, tonight we're talking about Access Bars. We're not doing readings as such. We are going to talk, if you have questions about Access Bars and what it does for you, Bianca's the right person to chat to because I have no idea. So as you guys know, for Love Angels Light TV, we're not all about the readings. We're all about the whole being. And you know, readings are great and readings are awesome. And next week we actually have Thursday and Friday night with people doing readings. Tonight, that's Nita. That's me in the mornings.
And also, like with Access Bars, like Access Bars is a body process that in Access Consciousness. Access Consciousness also has other tools. So it does actually have stuff like I can do sessions on people online regarding issues as well. So say if you've got something's going on in your life and you want to have more clarity on it, I can contribute in that sense. So I ask you questions, and then I actually can give you tools straight away, like personalized to you. And you can start using those tools straight away. So for instance,
we have someone who had a problem that you could sort of give them a tool for. Yeah. Would you be open to giving them a tool right now? As an example?
Depending if it's something not too massive, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Awesome. Just to give them an idea of what we're looking at here. So tell me, how do you actually, like, what do you do? What does running the bars mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you actually physically do? Because I watched you a little bit at Bull Eye when I had like 5 seconds free. But for me, it just looked a bit like a head massage.
Well, that's what it kind of is. Like the way person receiving the session, like every session is different. Not one session, like even for me, I've received the bars thousands of times, and each session I have is completely different. What I can tell you what it's like. So you lie down basically either on a massage table or, I do it on a massage table. And I just touch different points in the head. There's 32 points in total. And if you want to Google Access bars as well, it will actually give you like a head chart you might see, and you can actually see all the points. And basically when I activate these points, it actually starts to release any points of view that you're stuck in that area. So say for the money point, when I touch the money points, that's going to help to release any points of view you have about money that's sticking you. So it's kind of like, a computer when it's got too much stuff on it, you have to delete it. It's overloaded with stuff, it's not working, it's starting to go slow, the internet's going slow on it because it's too full, or like on your phone, and you have to start deleting stuff. That's what the Access bars, it starts deleting the stuff, but it deletes the stuff that's like the rubbish. So it's like it's like you're walking and you're just collecting rubbish and rubbish and rubbish, but it's not your rubbish, it's not your stuff, it's not you, it's just crap that you've collected. This actually helps to clear the crap that you didn't even know that's holding you back. That's what it does. And I can see a typical session could last, we do taster sessions for like 20 minutes. And that's just to give you a sense of what it's like. To have a proper session, it would be about an hour to an hour and a half. That's how long a session would last. And I can also see someone's asked about anxiety. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Like with everything that's going on with coronavirus and COVID at the moment, because I'm lucky enough to do this with my mum and my brother as well. So we all do Access bars. So during this time, even though we may not be able to go out as much, we've had the pleasure to be able to do these processes on ourselves. And we actually are so calm. Like since the coronavirus has happened, we've actually created more than we've ever created before. Like for me, life hasn't changed. Life's just getting better and better every day. Like even though like I can see, other people going crazy at Coles, shopping like crazy people, having to stock up. Like for me, it was just like, okay, I'm just going to go to Coles. And I like the tools of Access, they actually give me the tools to actually ask, okay, you can ask that as well. You can ask, okay, when's the best time for me to go to Coles to get whatever I require? And every time I did go to Coles, those items were there, even though they were meant to be like, you couldn't buy them. So that's what the tools of Access can help. Yeah. You can have, and we have like the tools of Access consciousness, and it's stuff that we already know. It's just we've forgotten, and we're not taught this. We're not taught in school to be like, okay, your main capacity in life is to receive. We're not taught that. We're taught, okay, you have to get the right answer in life, and if you don't get the right answer, then you're a failure. Or if you're not making lots of money in life, then you're a failure. If you haven't got a good job, you're a failure. So we're getting all these, and even from our family, like from your growing up from your parents, they're telling you, oh, you're not good enough at doing this, or this wasn't good enough. That stays with you for the rest of your life. Like you bring all that stuff that you had when you were little into your adult life, even though it's not valuable and it doesn't make sense anymore when you're adult. But you still bring up all that stuff because it sticks to you. and we're not taught how to release all those things that are sticking to us. So we hold on to it. We hold on to into our body. We hold it on to our mind. Like, when you're overthinking things, that's because you're picking up everyone else around you. You're picking up the neighbor. You're picking up, you're going to the shops. You're picking up all the people's stuff there.
Yeah.
It's like when you're so happy one day, you wake up and life's the best. You're like, this is the best day ever. You get in the car. You're like, yes, I'm going to work. I got up early. I had breakfast. And then you get into work, and then you walk past someone, and after that you feel like crap. Like everything's just falling apart. That's because you've maybe walked past someone that something horrible has happened to them, or they're not having a good day. So then you've kind of taken on their stuff. Yeah. And so we're not taught how to differentiate what's mine and what's someone else's. We just think that's ours. And that's what the bars does. It helps to change that. So like now when I go to the shopping center, obviously with everything's going on, like I can differentiate if I'm starting to feel a bit angry or anxious or fearful. I can be like, okay, this isn't actually me. This is the people that are around me. So yeah, that's what the Access bars can do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nita says true that we pick up their energy. And I know, being as an empath and doing the work I do, I know all about that stuff, but not through the Access bars stuff. Stuff. Can I say stuff one more time? This is how I play my role. So what made you get into Access bars? Like, what's your background work-wise?
Well, my background's actually, I have a corporate background. So I used to be an accountant, fashion buyer. So very different to the natural kind of healing side. Yeah. And my mum, one of my mum's friends actually gave her a recording from Dr. Dane here, which is one of the founders of Access Consciousness. And she told her, listen to this, see if you like it. And then my brother started listening to it as well. In there, Dane, obviously, he gives you lots of tools and other stuff as well. And they just kept telling you in the video, just saying, you have to get your bars on, but getting your bars on contributes to so much. And then it was about 4 or 5 years ago now, we actually organized, my mum organized us to have a family bars class. A lady actually came, a facilitator came out to our house, and myself, my brother, my mum, and my brother's friend, actually, we all did it together. And ever since then, like me and my brother, we used to just run the bars on each other every day, because we know we were already doing the tools of Access Consciousness, but combining that with the Access bars, like our lives changed. Like me and my brother used to fight constantly with each other. We wouldn't be able to have a conversation with each other for longer than 5 minutes. Now we're business partners. We travel together and do things. We're best friends. Like when we go out, people think that we're a couple because we just have that, like, you know how brother and sisters have that kind of like fight and flight kind of energy with each other. Like 1 minute you're nice, next minute you'll want to kill each other. And people can sense that. People can, they can sense when you're brother and sister. We actually don't have that because we don't fight with each other anymore. And ever since then, like we just learned the bars just for us. It wasn't to do it as a business or to do it as a profession in the future. We're just like, this is going to contribute to us, and that's how we're going to do it. And then then I loved it so much I actually quit my other job, and this is basically what I do now, and I love it.
That's awesome. But do you see a change? Like, I know when I do a hypnotherapy session with someone, the way they walk in and the way they walk out is totally different. Do you see the change from start to finish, or is it a slower progression? Do you know what I mean?
No. As soon as as soon as they come in and they have a session, they're a completely different person. Like, it depends on them. Sometimes people, it depends on what your point of view is of the, like some people that you say they want to come in, they're like, oh, this is going to fix everything in my life. Just one session, my whole life's going to change. If they have that point of view, they're not going to see they're not going to see that. But I see that totally different. Like for me, when I look at people now, like I can see the heaviness that they have just from this reality and what we have to go through and everything. And the minute they have a session, their face looks all like fluffy and light, and like there's just like a more of a joy. And that's what Access Bars is about as well. It's about giving you allowing you to start having joy with you. Not like whether you have money in the bank or the other things are not in a line, it actually starts to give you joy for like today. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So would people come to you with like injuries or more, emotional stuff?
It works with both. So Access Bars, it does more focus on your point of view. So it's kind of more through the mental aspect. But because most of our points of view are mental, so even when it's like when people get a cold. Like, if you work in an office and like someone got a cold and you're like, oh, I'm going to get the cold now because that person got it. And then the next morning you wake up with a cold. That's basically because you've bought the point of view, someone's coughed and I'm going to get sick now. So you've told your body, let's get sick.
That's right.
So that's like with the bars, it actually helps you to clear what's going on with the pain. So it can actually help too. Like people have had like cancer, people have had back pain, injuries, and having bar sessions. There's also body processes. So we do body processes as well in Access. And that can also contribute to, for a particular, say if you have for instance, for the immune system. The Access Bars will contribute to boost your immune system. But then there's also a body process that helps to boost that even more. So it actually works directly on your body. So you can kind of do both.
Okay.
But the Access Bars kind of does everything.
Yeah, which is awesome, really.
Mm.
I know with my, like, just personally with my family, the way we were brought up with money stuff, because you were talking about money dramas and the way we view money and how the Access Bars, you've got a point that will work with that. I know for a lot of my money issues stems from my upbringing and stems from my parents' upbringing, and it's a generational thing. How does that help? How does
the bars
Access
help to change that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because when you touch the money point, for instance, it will start to release all those points of view that you've bought that aren't real for you. So say if you have a point of view that money's hard, that's what you're going to create in your life. So when you put your points on that money point, for instance, when we touch that money point, that's going to release everywhere you're buying that it's hard. Now, the thing is with money is a really big one, because even people that don't have money or have money, they have kind of like points of view about money. Because even if you have lots of money, all you're thinking about is, oh, what if I lose all my money? What if people are going to steal all my money? Like, they have different points of view than people that maybe don't have as much. So everyone has points of view of money. Your mom, your dad, your grandparents, their grandparents. So it's kind of like being passed down and passed down. And the money point actually helps to clear the stuff that you're not even aware of.
So follow up.
Sorry?
So if follow-up question to that. So a lot of the stuff you're talking about is changing points of view and all of that. What's the difference between, say, Access Bars and really then focusing on like law of attraction and changing your mindset? How is it different?
It's different because we don't actually know what's holding us back. So what the Access Bars does, it actually can clear the stuff that's not you. So say your point of view you had that your parents had about money. You don't even know that you have those points of view, or even if you do know that, you're more aware of it now because they keep talking about it. You're not maybe not aware of the points of view that their parents had, that they're holding on to. So the bars actually helps to clear stuff you don't know that's stopping you. And it starts to give you more awareness. So then, like for me, it's not saying that, okay, once I had one bar session, the money point, I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. Because you still have a lot, you have like a billion points of view on money. But it starts to make you aware of, like for me, like when I was growing up, I didn't think money was hard. Like for me, money, like when I was younger, I used to just be able to have money come to me easily. Like if I wanted something, I was like, that's it, I'm going to get it no matter what I have to do. And I just did. But then my parents started to like, oh, money is really hard. It has to. So as I got older, I started to buy that money was harder to have, and I had to work really hard for it. And then once I became aware of that, I was like, okay, all right, I'm aware that that's what my parents' points of view are, because the bars help, like they clear it, but they also make you aware of it. So then you can choose differently. So you can be like, okay, that's cool. They have that point of view. I don't have to take that point of view on anymore. I can do what's going to work for me. So money doesn't have to be hard anymore. It can be easy, like it was when I was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what it does.
That's awesome. So when what's the biggest issue that you find when people come to you for bars?
It's all different. Like a lot of it can be related to money. Then I have a lot of it to do with depression. I have a few people that come to me with depression, anxiety issues, and like just pains. Like people do come for pains, sleeping problems. Like there's a lot of different topics that people come for. And most of the time, whatever they're coming for, like sometimes say you think you have a money problem. It might not actually be the money problem that's the problem. It's something else, but you think it's the money problem. And that's what, like, that's the great thing with the bars. It just clears anything and everything. Awesome. And the more, like, say, the more you have sessions of it, is the more you can actually, you start clearing more deeper stuff. Like you can learn the bars. Like I teach the bars as well as doing sessions. And like even during this time, I've actually gone to people's houses if they've done like a family, they've learned it all together. So then that way everyone can do it on each other. It's a 1-day course. And once you learn the bars, you can actually practice as well. So you can make a profession out of it if you choose. You don't have to. And then like, it's good. So if family members do it on each other, and it helps with cranky. So when people are upset with each other, especially in the family, you can be like, hey, like that's what my brother does to me. If I'm angry any moment, he'll be like, oh, can I just run your bars? And like that just gets rid of all my crankiness. Or same with him, I'm like,
you were at my house yesterday. Why weren't you here?
We should have did it yesterday. We're a day late.
Oh, that's funny. So if someone was interested in coming for a session with you,
Yep.
what sort of price point do we look at for a session?
Well, for me, I charge, like I do half-an-hour sessions now. So my half-an-hour sessions start from 75, and then my hour sessions are 150.
Okay. And to actually learn to be able to do them, what's that worth?
For a day class, it's 360. Awesome. And you actually, in a class, you actually get to receive the bars twice, and you do the bars as well twice. So it's kind of like you're getting 2 sessions for free.
Excellent.
As
if
well.
you're running a family session, like so that they can learn to do the bars on each other, do you charge that still per person?
Yeah, because it's a requirement from Access Consciousness. We do charge it. If you kids under the age of 16 are for free, so they can actually be a practitioner as well. So they can actually, a lot of people in Access Consciousness, their kids actually have a business with Access Bars already. And so yeah, kids under the age of 15 are free. If you're 16 and 17, you're half price, and then 18 onwards, it's full price.
Awesome. What sort of people do you find are doing the course to become a practitioner? Like, is it a popular thing at the moment, or?
It is actually becoming a lot more popular. Like Dr. Dane here, and there's other people as well that work in Access, Simone Millicis and Brendan Watt. They're actually a lot in the media now. So they're based in America at the moment, and Simone's actually in Noosa in Queensland. But they're actually on American TV. They go on to the morning shows in Australia when they're in Sydney. Usually every year at the end of the year, they do classes up in Noosa. So they're always up here in Australia. They actually like Australia quite a lot in the summer. So they're actually getting like, I think there's about 10,000 facilitators worldwide at the moment. They're in 179 countries worldwide. They translate in many languages too, all their classes and everything. So they're becoming a lot more, they're growing quite a lot in the last few years. Like obviously it's still not known as much as it could be, but it is definitely getting a lot more out there.
Awesome. What was I had another question there. Can you just reach into my brain and pull out the question that I had for you? Because I was about to ask a question and my brain went, no. Oh, wow. That's great. So professional tonight. Yep. How long has Access Bars been around and Access Consciousness?
About 30 years, 29 to 30 years it's been around.
Do you know a bit about how it came about?
Yes, so the founder, Gary Douglas, he was very open-minded and he wanted a different possibility. Like for him, his target for his life is happiness for everyone. You know, a life where joy is the main, what am I looking for? Like joy is the prominent thing, not sadness, depression and war. Like kindness, not only for ourselves, but for the earth and for the planet, and being a contribution to everyone and everything around us. And also having the ability to step into all of our capacities. Like we all have different capacities and abilities, and we're kind of like told that they're not important or they're not valuable. And what Access Consciousness and what Gary has done, he's actually given us the tools for us to actually start allowing us to start to know what our capacities and our abilities really are and start using them. Because if we all step into our capacities and abilities, that's what's going to change this planet. And we're going to, like, his target is to have a planet where we contribute to the environment, we contribute to each other, instead of being, okay, who are we going to blame for this virus? It's not about blaming, it's about what can we do to work together to contribute to each other in this time?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what his target was. And Access Consciousness, basically all the tools that he offers, like a lot of the stuff I already knew. Like when they tell you some of the tools, like, oh, that just feels so like I know that, like I already knew that, but you just didn't know where you knew it from.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's so amazing about it. So yeah,
sorry.
That's all right.
So you're talking about Access Bars. Correct me if I'm wrong. Access Bars comes from Access Consciousness.
Yeah. So Access Consciousness is like the main company, and then Access Bars is like a body process that's like the first class that you do to do more classes with them. Like that's the first class you have to learn.
Okay. All right. I'd like to say I totally understand that, but that's cool.
Well, you can go on there's an Access Consciousness site, and that actually goes through, it shows you what like other stuff they do. It's kind of like you know how there's like massage, but then there's Reiki, there's like not Reiki, not different, it's energy, but like so there's remedial massage, there's there's all different types of massage, but then they're still like a massage. So it's like Access Consciousness it's got Access Consciousness, it's got Access body processes, it's got Access Bars, it's got everyday tools you can use, and Access Bars is a component with Access Consciousness.
Okay. So how often would someone come for the bars appointments?
It just depends what you're working on. Like if someone just wants to have more ease with their sleep, like I've had someone come to me because they couldn't sleep for over like 20 years. They couldn't get one night of sleep. They had 2 sessions and they told me they could sleep again. So that was enough for them. That's what they required. Someone else might just come for their pain or, you know, say if they have depression, and once they've having more ease in that, they might not require any more sessions for them. Then there's other people that they just want to have more ease in everything, so they'll just keep getting it done. They're usually the people that learn it and then actually like then they get it regular sessions from it.
Yeah. So given the current climate of the world at the moment, what would you say if someone came to you having anxiety about, you know, the coronavirus, for example? You know, it's easy on my side of them. I said, give up your fear, because the more you fear, the more, you know, it affects your immune system and all of that. But I work from an energy perspective, not the bars perspective. What would you do?
Well, if someone's got stuff coming up for a fear of that, but they want to change it, then I'd say go get a bar session, because that's going to help you. Like for me, instance, like I said in the beginning of the video, even though everything's going on with this, like I'm not getting stressed about coronavirus. Like there apparently a few things have shown up now that there's new hotspots going around, and I went to one of the shopping centers and like there's no one there. Like there was one car in the car park. It was like 12 o'clock. There was no one in the whole shopping center. I was like, what the hell is going on? And for me, I didn't have any stress like, oh my God, I shouldn't be here. Oh my God, I have to go home. I have to put a face mask on. That just didn't even come up in my universe, because I was just like, you know what? I know what's true for me. And I know that because of the tools that I have from doing Access Bar so many times, the tools I use every day, like I don't get affected in a way that other people are. And I'm also saying, like, if I didn't have Access Bars, I would be probably affected way, like I would be acting just like everyone else. I'd be having my face mask. I wouldn't want to go outside. You know, I'd be like ordering Uber Eats every night, or, you know, doing what everyone else is kind of doing. So I'm not like saying what you're doing is wrong or anything. It's just you're doing what you can do with the tools that you have. And like I'm offering you to, if you're looking for something new, if you don't want to be affected by the stress and actually thrive, like coronavirus has contributed to my life getting better, because it's made me step up even more to be like, okay, I'm not going to allow this to affect me. And because I had these tools to use, it's made it easier for me. So like my best thing is to do is try it. So if you want something different, if you're looking for more ease in your life, my best thing is for you to try it. And anyone that's on here that is freaking out about coronavirus and is getting really stressed, I will give you a tool that you can start using right now. So if in the morning, say 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening, or anytime you're feeling stressed, you can just say, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. If you just say that to yourself, you actually start to create that. So if you're starting to get feeling anxious, or if things are coming up with the coronavirus or anything else, just say that all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. You can start with 10 times a day, 10 times in a night, and even more if you want during the day. And see if that changes anything for you.
It will, because that's the basic manifestation tool, that one. But this is how I started receiving money from unexpected sources. Like seriously, I started manifesting money into my life just by repeating things like, why do I receive money from unexpected sources? Same.
And it's all about that. Yeah, it's about that receiving. So the more you're willing to receive, that's the more you can actually start receiving money from. So yeah, like we have these capacities. What the bars does and the tools used, we actually already have this. It's just like we've closed that door and we don't know how to open it with the key yet. We've lost the keys. The bars are giving you the key so you can open the door and you can start having it.
Yeah. See, that's what it sounds like to me. It's just an added little key to sort of like what I'm seeing because I'm a visual person is if you're exactly, Tonya, it's a little bit like manifestation, but what it is, the bars look like if your manifestation door is blocked, the bars are going to come in and open that for you. Does that make sense?
So how we manifestations actually manifestation is how something shows up, not that it shows up. So we actually think, so it's just, there's actually a bar on Access Bar, a bar called Crown of Manifestation. So it actually works on, because we get caught up in as well if how something's meant to show up. So if it doesn't show up how we think it's meant to show up, then we're not really receiving it. So it's like, say you're asking for money to show up in your life. There's a pot of gold right here, but because you're like, oh, I can only receive money from my 9-to-5 job, I can only receive money from this, or this, then this pot of gold sitting there with like a clear blanket over it that you can't see, even though it's waiting there saying, yeah, I'm giving it what you're asking for, but you're saying you can only see it this way.
Yeah.
So then that's what it contributes to. It starts allowing you to see where you're not willing to receive stuff.
Yeah, which is
from a
cool.
different way, which what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like there's a bunch of doors, and
exactly.
Between us, we've got the right thing. This is why I like having people on who do something a little bit differently, because I have my own way of doing things, but I don't know everything. Believe it or not, crazy talk. I don't know everything. But I like having people on who do something different, because then you can tell everyone what you do and why it's so amazing. And I will have to book an appointment with you.
Well, it is awesome. Like, for me to have left my corporate world life to do something, like my mum's done natural therapies all my life, and I was kind of her guinea pig. And even though it was fun and I enjoyed it, this is the first thing when I did it, I was like, wow. So yeah, like if you're looking for something different and you don't like this reality, how it's working, and you think that there's something more, and it's not like, this can contribute, like say if you do other natural therapies, this can actually add to your business too, because this is another thing that you can offer. And it's not expensive to do the Access bars. You don't have to do a 2-3 year qualification. It's one day, and so, and it can change your life.
Yeah, I feel like it would open up a whole bunch of opportunity for people who are stuck in that this is the way my life has to be, because as we go through life, experiences happen, and some of it we choose and some of it we chose before we got here. But the thing is, we get a bit stuck, and this is where I think Access bars would really help. Who was that? Kayla, tonight I'm doing Access bars with Bianca from Access Phenomenance. And so if you have questions about Access bars, we're going to focus on that tonight, which is what I said through the week as well. Hi, Rosemary. But I'll be back doing readings next week, actually. Exciting. Yes. So if anyone has questions about Access bars or about, what you think you could get out of it, ask the question, because there's no stupid questions here. That way I don't feel like I'm asking all the stupid questions.
There's no stupid question at all. Like, you can ask anything, and I can, even if I can't answer it right now, I'll definitely get the answer, find out for you.
Yeah. Now, Jake is your brother, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. It's not at all the tiny little photo. I should just leave this up. Hang on, it's coming. I'll leave this up, and then he can just be there with us the whole way through.
He'll like that.
I could actually have sent him a link as well, the same link that you got. He could join in, but it's all good. So at our fair in Bulli, you did a presentation. What sort of stuff did you talk about there? Is there stuff that you haven't covered, or do you remember? Because that was like it
was a while ago. What I can recall is we just basically, my brother spoke about what Access bars had done for us. And like I spoke before about how it changed, like my brother's relationship with each other. like, we just gave examples of what Access Bars has done for us. So another thing that Access Bars has really changed for my life, like, there's so many things, like, I could probably talk to you ever about what Access Bars has done for me. But something that has really changed for me a lot was, before Access Bars, I used to get a lot of migraines. So I used to probably get headaches every single day. I used to go to work and have to take like 8 to 10 Nurofen a day, because that's how much, like, and this was happening every day. I started getting my bars run, and within a few months, if not less, my headache stopped completely. Like, I still might get a headache, but instead of having to take 10 Nurofen, I might just get my bars run and it's gone. So for me, like, that was a massive, massive thing to change in my life, because, like, I'd work like a crazy person through the week, and my weekends was me in bed all weekend because I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
So this actually has given my life back. Sorry?
You're in quite a high-powered, busy job too, accounting.
Accounting, and even working in the fashion industry, it's like, fashion buying was, think of the stresses of stress. Like, you've got the stuff you have to do. Like, people think when they go to a shop, I'm buying a top, they don't realize what goes into that one top. And it's not just the work, it's the people that you work with.
That's right.
The stress of it, the people that want to, be the bosses, that want to tell you what to do, people around you. It's just the whole environment, very high stress, very competitive. People will kill you if they had to, just to get, like, just to throw you under the bus, in a sense. Like, I'm not putting it down, because I actually loved working in it. But the environment, when I look back, it wasn't kind. Like, no one was kind to each other. No one was nice to each other. And and if I had the tools working in this industry, like, it would have been completely different for me. Like, it's not saying, like, if you, yes, okay, go.
Do you and Jake still live in the same house? Like,
yes.
Are you currently in the same house?
Yes, he's in a different room.
Excellent.
You want him on?
No, I was going to ask, would you guys be open to doing a little demonstration? Because I can take me off the screen.
Okay, Jake, if you want to come downstairs.
Because one of the questions was, how do you open Access Bars? Sorry, Jake, I'm taking your comment. Now, Tanya's been in hospital for a little while. But also Rosemary, who came in a little bit later, has said, what is Access Bars? And I just figure, if you guys are open to doing a bit of a demonstration on how you run the bars and what it looks like, then people will have more of an idea.
Yeah, sure. He'll come down now, and he'll just bring we'll have like a recliner chair that we use for fairs and markets. So he'll come down now, and we can do a quick little show. And if you are in hospital, we can come to you as well. Obviously, we're based in Western Sydney. So I can come out and do, like, say, if you want to learn the bars, I can come to you. If you have more than 2 people, I can come to you. And same with sessions, like, we're willing to go and, like, travel for the sessions. If I'm not in your area, I can happily recommend someone that is in your area. Or if you're in a different state, I'm happy to recommend other people in that state that would be willing to contribute to a session if you wanted to learn. So yeah, if you can't get to me, like, I'm more than happy to, like, let you know of other people that are available that can contribute. And it does work on anything to do with the immune system. And because with the bars, we can actually incorporate body processes as well to actually target particular issues that you may have as well.
What do you mean by body processes? What does that look like?
So say, like, the bars, I said, works on the mental side, as well as, because we have a lot of our points of view are mental about our body, then that helps to clear that. So, when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I look crap today. So you tell your body, I look crap. So then your body feels like crap because you told your body, you look like crap today. So then you're creating that. Okay.
That's exactly right.
that's a point of view you've bought. So say there's an actual bar called the body bar. So when you press that bar, it will start to clear all that points of view you have about the body or the judgments that you have. And that helps to clear that. The body processes, they help to contribute as well with stuff that gets stuck in your body. So say if you constantly do get the flu or the sick in that sense, there's an actual immune body process that you actually, we touch different points. Like say for the body process for the immune system, I will touch like on your chest here, I will touch on your head, I will touch on your lower back, and just on like in your, like with your kidneys and your as well. And it's like a different, you run these different energies to activate on your body, and it helps to clear where you've bought all that stuff to do with the immune system. And it helps to change it.
Yeah.
So I can, I can just add you on. I'll just change my screen around. I'm just moving. Yeah. I'll do it. Oh, yeah. My brother's going to do the.
Mind is incredibly powerful too.
Just taking you around. I'm just seeing if like how's the best way for us to. Okay.
I know I should have told you about this idea earlier.
It's okay.
I only had that idea while you were talking. I went, hang on. You said that when you're angry, he runs your bars. Hey, Jake.
I know he does. Okay, so I'm going to sit down and Jake's going to do a little demonstration. So I'm just going to...
Yep, I can do it.
Okay.
So yeah, we just lay on the table and we just do it, we activate the energies, and it's pretty much, it just points on the head, and what it does, it's just phenomenal. Like it's transformed my life, and yeah, as Bianca said, what the Access bars is, it just teaches us how to receive. Like we haven't been taught to receive in this reality, and the bars, it shows us how. You know, it shows us that we can receive, and we don't have to give out all the time and you know, stress about everything that's going around. We can actually just like just start receiving. That's what it's done for me, and yeah, it's just phenomenal. So yeah, this is like the energy pool. We just at the moment I'm just pulling energy throughout the whole body, through my body.
Do you want to put my earpod in so they can hear better, maybe?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, so I can hear?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Can hear okay?
Yeah, this is the just doing the energy pool. I'm just pulling in the energies through her body, my body, and it's just circulating. The thing is, like before Access, we're kind of just like a stream that's not flowing. And what this does is it just allows us to start allowing that stream to move on and start flowing and giving us a lot more space that we've never had space. We've been cramped up, we've been stuck in quicksand. This helps us get out of the quicksand and starts us flying. So yeah, there's several points on the head, and each point has its own thing that it does. There's 32 different points. There's a money point. There's too many. If I tell them now, you're just going to forget. You're just going to have to get a session and find out for yourself.
That was good marketing right there. You just have to get a session, guys.
And that's the thing. Like we can talk to you guys about how awesome it is and everything, but it's like this is kind of something you have to try it. You have to have a session and just see. And like, what's one session? Like, if one session you have it and it changes your life, like, how awesome is that? If it doesn't, just think of it as something that's, you know, it's quite relaxing. It feels like a massage. So you have there's no losing in Access bars. It's just gaining.
So we've got Tonya saying, so it's moving energy through the body like Reiki or energy healing.
It is working with the energy, but it's still different to what it does, like what Reiki does and what this does.
Yeah,
Like,
with
so
Reiki,
imagine
we
if,
focus more on the chakras and stuff, whereas you actually work on what looks like pressure points.
well, it's kind of, they're different. Like the points, we're not touching them. Like, it's just light touch like that.
Yeah.
On the points. But what it does, like, it basically, like, imagine we've got pipes and like that are running up and down our body, and some of them are blocked, some of them are half blocked, some of them only a trickle of water's going through. This helps to like unblock it so all the pipes are clean.
Awesome. I was about to be a little bit funny and say everybody likes clean pipes.
Well, it is nice.
She's getting a session.
I know, how did I get so lucky? I'm getting a session.
You're welcome, by the way.
I know, thanks, Arlene. Bonus for me.
Tonya
also,
said
like,
she'd love to book a session.
Yeah. Pardon?
Tonya said that she would love to book a session.
Awesome. Well, you can
She lives
contact near where, sorry?
Mittagong.
Mittagong. Oh, that's not too far from us.
That's not too far.
Like, you can, like with this, like, I'm more than happy for you guys to, like, if you want to book a session with myself, my brother does it as well. You can contact us. My name's Bianca Friendo. The name's there. You can search me on Facebook and message me through Facebook, or if you go onto my website, my contact details are there as well. And even if I can't come to you,
so people should be able to find you through your page, which I'm pretty sure I tagged in the description of this video.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like, even if like just because I'm doing it, like, you don't have to come to me directly. Like, even if you go into the Access Consciousness website and you go into the facilitator section, you can actually type in, like, search by suburb, and you can see all the people that are in Sydney, for instance. So if you get a sense, like, I want to go to this person, like, I'm more than happy. Like, this isn't about, because I'm talking about Access bars, that you have to come to me. Like, if you get your bars from anyone, like, that's going to contribute to me anyhow. Because the thing is with Access bars, when you actually get a bar session, you're not only contributing to yourself, you're contributing to, like they say, when someone has their bars run and they release points of view, you actually contribute to 350,000 people when you get your session.
That's huge.
Like, I know. So, like, for instance, like, even me having my bars run, say if that contributes to changing stuff with my family, even if they didn't choose it.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, doing the bars, it's like a really, like, it doesn't just change you, it can change the world. That's why it's so, like, that's why I'm happy. Like, I'm not fixated on, like, I'm doing this call with you, I'm promoting me, or, like, I'm about promoting Access bars.
Definitely.
You know, like, if you go to someone else, like, if you can't come to me, or even if you don't sense that you would like to have a session with me, if you contact me and say, hey, do you know anyone that does bars around this area, or someone else, I'll be happy to you know, introduce you to them or give you a contact. Like, it's not, like, as long as you're getting a session, that's going to contribute.
That's right. We had Christine say, would it work for lupus? Because she has lupus and she hates living with it.
It can contribute to changing that. Again, like, say if you do have a session, depending on the facilitator as well, you can actually do, like, for me, when someone comes to me with, like, a particular thing, then I can tailor the session toward them as well. So, for instance, with that, we could do the bars incorporated with another body process, as well as, like, a facilitation as well. So it could be asking that person questions to get to why your body is choosing to take on that disease.
Yeah.
So we can offer like a combined thing to help to change that. In Access bars and
there you go.
Like with Access bars and like the tools of Access consciousness, you can combine both to change anything. Like people have had cancer and they've changed it.
Awesome.
But it's not saying that if we do that on every single cancer person that has cancer, they're going to cure the sickness. You actually have to choose it as well. Like some people, they might not want to get better.
Yeah.
So we work to help to unlock where you're sticking yourself to create that.
Tonya, I actually love that comment. So Tonya has scleroderma and she doesn't like it, but she won't allow it to control her spirit and soul. But what she said, which I really loved, is you can't really control the disease, but you can control how you react to it.
Well, so the thing is, I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but most of the sicknesses we have, we actually created for some reason. Whether it's like some people might create disease or sickness because that's the way when they were little, if they got sick or if they did a certain thing, that they'll get attention. So that might be a reason that they've created it. And even though in your adult life that might not be relevant anymore, when they were kids at work, so they're bringing it back into their life when they're grown up. It could be that you're sick of something. So when you're sick, so if you ask yourself, so some people have asked things about sicknesses. So my question to you guys would be, is what are you sick of? And like that, you might not get an answer straight away. You know, and you can ask yourself as well, like ask yourself, what am I sick of? It could be you're sick of a partner. You could be sick of your friend. You could be sick of your job. You could be sick of your mom calling you all the time when you don't want her to call you. But when you can get aware with that, that you're choosing that, then you can change it. It's not saying that because I'm sick of my friends or my partner that I have to leave them. It's not saying that that's a choice. You could, or it's not saying that. It's just saying, okay, so I'm sick of them treating me like this. Okay, so what am I going to do to change it? And then that's when you can start changing it and choose something different.
Definitely. Definitely. We have actually just about run out of time. Do you believe that?
That went so fast.
I know. I only keep it to an hour out of respect for your energy, you know, coming on and doing what we do, and because I have a family who like to spend time with me.
That's fair.
Yeah. But it's also the reason I went to 2 nights a week so that everyone got a little bit more. Thank you so much for all of the information.
That's fine.
Thanks,
and if
Jake.
people have more questions, like you're more than helpful. Like I'm more than happy for you to contact me personally, and like just if you just want to ask me more questions, just message me on my Facebook page or email me, get my number, whatever. I can have a chat with you. There's no obligation. You can just ask me questions. That's fine. Like, yeah.
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Guys, if you like what you see, especially with that little demonstration, you're welcome, by the way.
I know, thanks, but I feel more relaxed now.
Yeah, awesome. You just look like you could just slide on through the rest of the night. If you like what you see, guys, get in touch with Bianca at Access Phenomenance. I checked on my phone. I have actually linked it, so people just need to go to the description on this video and click Access Phenomenance. They'll get to your page, like your page, get in touch with you if they are ready to make an appointment or want more information. So that's cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. We are back next Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. I have my calendar right here. I have Gordon, the psychic poet, coming on Thursday night, and I have Mystique, who was on and still is, I think, available on Psychic TV Australia, PTV Australia. So she will be with us next Friday night. So we are moving on. So thank you so much for your time, for your energy, and for all of the information. And we will see you guys next week.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for listening. Thank you. Bye-bye.